For number 20 on your first homework assignment where you're applying Pythagorean Theorem, we see that we have the legs. Here is radical 5 and x, and then the hypotenuse is radical 6. So this is your hypotenuse, it's the longest side, it's across from the 90-degree angle. So if we set up our Pythagorean Theorem where the sum of the legs squared is equal to the hypotenuse squared. So this is a squared plus b squared, and c squared is your radical 6 squared. Keep in mind that c has to be the hypotenuse and a and b can be either one of the legs. Now the question came up, how do we simplify radical 5 squared? Radical 5, if we square anything, means that it's a number times itself. So in this case, you have radical 5 times radical 5. So from our lesson of reviewing radicals the other day, we talked about multiply means get married. So they go underneath the same radical. And then at that point, you have a pair of 5s where one dies, one goes outside. So we have 5 is the correct answer. Also, square root of 25 is 5. And eventually, we'll see that when you're squaring something that you're taking the square root of, that the square root and squaring are inverse operations of each other. So the squaring will undo the square root and you're left with just 5. So if we apply the same thing to square root of x squared, square root of 6 squared, we would see that squaring will undo the square root, so we're left with 6. And x squared is just x squared. So overall, we have 5 plus x squared equals 6. Subtract the 5 on both sides, x squared equals 1. To undo squaring, we take the square root of both sides. So x equals 1 is the solution.